Welcome everyone to another episode of Alpha Access EverQuest Next Landmark. In today's episode I'll be showing you how to create inlaid textures and patterns to help with decorating your claim. Stay tuned. Alright, let's jump right in. I'll show you guys how to make these inlaid textures here. Let me show this example real quick. You can see everything is pretty smooth. Edges are nice and crisp. This is what we're striving for, so this is what we're shooting for. Let's jump right in and take a look. So the first thing you want to do is build yourself a 1 voxel in width wall. Let's scale this up to something like this. There we go. Maybe a little, not quite so wide. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the add tool, and then I'm going to pick my wood material here. And we're going to fill it. I got ourselves a nice little template here, a nice little wall. And what I'm going to do here is bring in my delete tool, 1 voxel high. Just say 1 voxel in size. And then we're just going to sculpt out a design. Alright, that looks kind of funky. Not really sure what it is or what it's going to be, but that's fine. One quick note you want to avoid is doing something like this. You want to make sure that none of your voxels are connecting here at an edge. You want to make sure you've got a gap. Otherwise, things might bug out a little bit and you might not get the desired results you're looking for. Alright, now that we've got our design, go ahead and select it. I'm going to copy this guy and I'm going to paste it right next to it here. We want this backup for later, and I'll explain in a little bit why we do that. Alright, there we go. Now we got our design. We're going to go ahead and copy and paste this guy again. And we're going to extrude it about 7 times. I think the minimum you want is about 5. I've had the best results with 7. Yeah, let's see, we're just going to line this up and extrude. 4. There we go. We've extruded out our design 7 times, so we've got a nice bit of depth to it. Now we're going to go ahead and smooth it out. So we're going to select our entire design. We're going to add our one voxel depth here, our 1 voxel buffer. For the purposes of this, I just want to have a nice smooth rounded corner, so we're going to make sure we get that. Okay, I also found that if you smooth it about 6 or 7 times, that usually is the best result. Sometimes if you go a little bit further than that, the smoothing starts to get a little bit more triangulated, and it doesn't quite look as good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Alright, now we've got this nice smoothed out extruded design. I'm going to go and select the middle portion of it, because that will be the cleanest. Alright, there we go. Make that nice and snug. That looks good. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to slide this over here. We're going to need this guy later. There we go. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now what we want to do, the reason I copied this guy and moved it over here, is we're going to fill this in now with whatever material you'd like. I would recommend staying away from metals or gems like gold or cobalt, stuff like that. What tends to happen is the metal and the gems material texture tends to bleed into one another, and that usually doesn't happen with stone and wood. So depending on what you'd like to have and the look you're looking for, whether you want your texture to bleed through or if you want something nice and crisp. If you want something crisp, stick with the stone and wood. So I'm going to select my stucco here, and I'm just going to fill this in. Alright, we filled in our original design, so what we want to do now is come back to our smoothed out version. I'm going to select this guy. There we go. We're going to copy, and then we're going to paste. What we want to do is line it up with our original design here. And then we want to paste it 1 voxel depth behind it, and then 1 voxel depth in front of it. And as you can see, what our original design was, it had these straight edges here. But since we put a smoothed out version of this in front and behind, the voxels want to weld and smooth and connect with each other. So you end up getting the rounded edge even in the middle. That's just the nature of voxels and how the engine calculates all the geometry. So what we want to do now is just take and select the middle part, because that, again, that's going to be our smoothest area. And we'll make sure we get the bottom here. There we go. And we're going to copy this, and then we'll paste it. Let's bring it nice and close. And there you go. There's your original design all smoothed out. The edges are pretty crisp. You've got 2 different materials. They're not bleeding into one another. And you've also got a nice smoothed out border here as well. Alright, just to quickly recap here. Again, come over, build yourself a nice wall, however big you'd like to make it. Cut out a nice design, something that you're looking for, something for decoration or whatever. Once you've done that, make a copy of it, drag it over to this side. Then come back to your original and extrude it out so it's about 7 or so voxels in depth. And then select the middle area of it, copy it, and move it over here to the side out of the way and paste it. Once you've done that, come back to your original, choose a different material, fill it in, and once you've filled it in, come back to your nice smoothed out design, copy it, paste it 1 voxel behind and 1 voxel in front, and that should give you this result here. And then once you've done that, select the middle part of this now, and then copy it and paste it. And there you go. Alright folks, that'll about do it for this episode. Again, if you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. And if you have a question or a comment, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And until next time, take care everybody.